Yo, what up, Cupcake Faces? What is going on? Today, I'm going to do a little video. It's not really a how-to, but just to show you how easy it is that even I can do it. I started making stuff out of leather. So far, I've made only two holsters for my little North American Arms 22 Magnum. But it solved a problem that I had. I didn't carry it almost ever, almost never carried it because it was the model that I got had the holster grip on it, the big plastic with a pocket clip. And then when you take the holster off, let me grab the stuff. All right, so when you take the holster off, this plastic part, the grips on it were just these thin little smooth grips with big holes for mounting to that. So I took this off and wrapped it with this, the handle, and I just didn't like it. It wasn't enough of a grip, so I found myself almost never carrying it. Here's all the stuff. These are specially for that, but took it off, ordered a rubber grip, cobblestone textured. I'm about to get the actual firearm out to show you guys, but the holster, I still had no holster. So I stopped by Hobby Lobby and everything in here. This is just an old tackle box type toolbox thing that I keep all the leather making stuff in. But it was super easy. It was way easier than I thought. The first one, I mean, they're not perfect. I need to really practice on the sewing. The mistake I made on both of them is I didn't sew the leather in a vise, which allowed the leather, like picture, I don't know, picture these are the layers of the leather. When I was sewing without it in a vise, I was just holding it, so the needle was going through, and then it wasn't coming out at the same spot on the other side. So the sewing looks a little janky, but I'm definitely going to try it in a vise next time. So here's the first one I made. Super crude looking, but it really, really does the job. It's just a little pocket holster. Here's the grips that I got. Nice cobblestone textured rubber grips. These were like 15 bucks. And then, like I said, everything to buy the leather, it was like 50 bucks. And I still have some leather left over and a lot of the stuff, so I can still make more things. I might make something for my multi-tool, or maybe a little fixed blade inside the pocket holster, or sheath. But this is what I have. This is the first one. I bought the rivets and snaps and sewing all and everything. And like I said about the sewing, it looks all right on this side. But then as you see the other side, it just looks not as fluid and uniform. But that comes with time, I guess, practice. The cutting up here, not the best, obviously, first time. It took about 2 hours, and then I got leather dye and dyed it. But nice retention, not holding the gun at all, and nice molding to the leather. I did this one completely dry. I did not know that how much easier it was if you wet it, and that is what I did with the second one. And as you can see here, this is a lot more defined to the gun itself. This one I used brass rivets. This one I did the stainless. But looking at this one, I was like, that's a lot of space. And I did this so it doesn't go all around in the pocket. That's why I like to have the wide base on it. Same with, I mean, if you look at the other inside the pant holsters for small autos, they always have like a bigger bottom, so they sit flat in your pocket. This doesn't have a catch for your pocket. Usually they have a catch, so when you're drawing, you pull out and it catches your pocket and then stays in your pocket. This, I find it easy enough just to give it a little push, and then it comes right out. But so there's that one, there's this one. But I saw this empty space, and I know this is completely ridiculous. When are you ever going to need to reload a small 22 mag like this, especially since I carry it as my backup firearm? But I was like, that's a lot of space. I'm going to put a reload in there. I saw some pictures online of other people doing it, and look at that horrible sew job. This just had so much more sewing to it that I don't know what happened, but that looks atrocious on that side, and it actually looks half decent on this side. So, got a reload in there. I'm gonna carry this probably more often just because it's lighter, slimmer. As you can see, the button and the extra rounds add a lot of width to it. But also it's rubbing on my flashlight because I carry that in my left pocket. I always carry my backup on my offhand. I've seen way too many videos of like concealed carry defenders having their offhand not occupied and the side that their firearms are occupied. Just all kind of crazy stuff like that. So I like to carry my, I mean, it's just something I do. I like to carry my backup on my offhand. But I don't like how that's rubbing. I don't know, I'll figure something out. But, and like I said, it's completely impractical to have a reload of something like this. Because, I mean, this one, it is loaded. But the hammer, don't worry. No one's in any danger. The hammer is dropped into the safety slot. So the hammer is actually resting in between two rounds. But I will unload it and see what kind of a process. It doesn't have a pop out cylinder. You actually got to pull that pin and you're going to be fumbling around and everything. So this, lighter, slimmer, a little more practical, and I kind of like this one a little better. I might actually wet it down all on the inside, put the gun in a plastic bag, like a sandwich bag, and put it in there and really form it just so the gun doesn't get wet. But started making holsters, and it's really fun. It's super-de-duper-de fun. Here is, I'll take you up to it, my little kit. I got this was sent to me for free by Urban Carry holsters. I still use the Urban Carry every now and then, but I got a Glock 19, so I have to buy a new one. I keep the Glock 43 elsewhere, so I need to get a new size, and plus they have the new G2 holster with the metal clip instead of the thread-through loop for your belt. This is just adhesive, it's a glue. It's kind of like rubber cement. You put it on either side, it's like a contact cement. This is for marking sewing lines and everything, which I always do on the inside, not the outside, because you can't get it off, it'll stain. This is for the dye that I got, which actually busted open and was leaking. I got like a dark leather dye. Freaking dumb, I hate when shit like that happens. Here's the sewing awl, punch through the bag, of course. You just use the sewing awl with the thread on a spool, and you can look up videos on how to sew leather. It's not hard at all. Like I said, I gotta use a vise next time. I keep this little Sheffield kit in here. It's just a little multi-tool and a razor. Use the razor for obviously trimming the leather. And then here's the leather itself. This is from when I made my last one. Obviously before I wet it down, and there's all the marks I made. I made a wrong line, so I X'd off that line. This is a scrap piece. And I didn't like use a template or anything. I really just kind of laid out the gun and gave myself extra room. And here is, I forget what I was doing with this one. This was attempting to make the one that holds the rounds again. You can see I started to form it. I don't know what I was doing. Scissors. These are the line snaps with setter and rivets with setter. Pencil for marking. Yeah. And what you want to get is tooling leather. That worked definitely the best, and it holds the most rigid shape. It's a little tougher to work with because it is, as you can see, it's real thick and stiff. But yeah, that's that. Alright guys, this video's getting a little long, sorry. I'm gonna, well, You probably will have already seen it, but I'm going to roll some pictures. Or no, you're not. All right, at the end of this, I'm going to roll some pictures of that I took during the process of making each one, just to give you a little bit of an idea. I was going to roll them during the video, but I'm going to do it at the end. All right, way too long of a video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Consider subscribing. Comment, like, whatever. If I'm doing something insanely wrong with this whole thing, let me know. If you're a leather crafter, a leather smith. I don't know if that's what it's called, but anyway, guys, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.